Okay, the first thing we're going to talk about for grade 8 math review is some basic algebra. And we're looking at something called two-step equations. So if we have a question like give me 1 second here. Let's make this a little bit easier to see. There we go. 4x, take away 2, I'll get this right eventually, equals 10. As an example here, the key is balancing. So it's like a balance beam. So you think to yourself, what's easy? Looking at this side where it's all awkward, what's the easiest thing to get rid of? And hopefully you think of, well, -2, if I just add 2, that's 0, because 0 is nothing. You've gotten rid of it, right? So what you're going to do here is, looking over here, you're going to add 2, which is going to then get rid of all of this. It's going to become nothing, 0, right? Add 2 there, but then of course you have to balance the equation because it's equal. So you add 2 over here. And now you have 4x equals 12, right? Because this is gone and this has become 12. So now I've got 4x equals 12. And you're trying to get x all by itself because then it equals a number. And you know that number is x. So what we're going to do here, let's just change color again. We're just going to divide this by 4, right? Because 4 divided by 4 equals 1. Let's look at that over here. 4 divided by 4 equals 1 whole. And 1 is the same as 1x, right? Exactly the same thing, right? Or you could say x is the same as 1x. It's all the same thing. It gets really confusing, but really try and look past it. It's all the same thing. I'm going to erase this here. Divide that by 4, and you divide this by 4, and now suddenly you're back actually in like grade 4. It's February of grade 4. You're sitting in your classroom, you're bored, and you're like, what's 12 divided by 4? How many groups of 4 go into 12? And obviously it would be 3. And you get rid of this because 4 divided by 4 is 1. So you can just cross that all out. It's like 1x equals 3. And you could actually say this. You could put x equals 3, or you could put 1x equals 3. The proper way to put it is x equals 3. And that is the answer. So that's an example of how to solve a two-step equation in algebra.